All this work that we're doing, brothers, for this ministry, eventually is going to pay off. You better believe it, man. It's going to pay off like you'll never believe. Okay? And by the way, we're the highest value male on this planet. The men of the Lord, the men of this truth, the hopeful elect of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the highest value male there is.
All right, this is the book of Luke, chapter 9, verse 24. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, but whosoever will lose his life for my sake, the same shall save it. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Kakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great example to his younger brothers, and peace and blessing salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And what I want to get into today, is that we're coming to a time of great sacrifice. A great sacrifice. And this lesson was inspired by a series, an episode from the series of Tudors on Prime. All right, dealing with King Henry VIII of England. Okay, which he had divorced his first wife, Catherine. All right, Queen Catherine of Spain, and to marry, all right, pretty much, all right, this this Jezebel, okay, Anne Boleyn, and the church didn't want to grant his divorce, so he pretty much took it upon himself, to override the authority of the Pope, in which we understand, that whole setup was off, the Pope and, how they were trying to implement Christianity. It had some, righteousness to it, but, they was off on things. All right. But the point is just dealing with, the standard that they was dealing with. Or the king, pretty much made himself the head of the church. And he, just went ahead and, put his woman away and married, Anne Boleyn, which at the end of the day, all right, he could have just had them both. It wouldn't been a big deal, wouldn't have been going off. All right, but sticking to the narrative of the episode. So he, put his first wife away, and the church, all right, a lot of bishops, okay, and cardinals of the church, and the Pope himself didn't agree, and the king made, a decree that everyone, will have to make an oath, to recognize him as the head of the church and to recognize his marriage and Anne Boleyn being the Queen of England. And it was punishable by death, but you had particular men that was not willing, to take that oath based on their faith, what they believe to be right, and it was a great example of seeing someone stand on their faith, see someone stand, all right, for what they believe, because we're going to have to take a stance, all right, where death, okay, is a possibility, and we're warned about these things, throughout the gospel. So that's why I open up with the book of Luke chapter 9, verse 24. It said, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it, but whosoever will lose his life for my sake, the same shall save it. Okay, so we have to be, we're, all right, gonna have to be willing to make that ultimate sacrifice, man. Okay, and we're gonna lose, comforts, as things tighten up, and it's all gonna be based on what we believe, based on our belief and understanding that we cannot bend the knee to Baal. Okay, we cannot take the C-hip. Okay, the MOTB. That's something that we can't do. It's not an option. Okay, and it's gonna come with loss. All right, we're gonna lose jobs, cars, houses, and even people. as we're going to get in these clips, an example of that. Okay, and brothers, we have to have the mindset that no matter what situation we in, hey, we could be the last one standing. Okay, when the hour of temptation, okay, is over. All right, there's a possibility that we could be the last one standing. All right, now the Lord's going to have mercy on whole households. Okay, He has, whole families that He's going to have mercy on. All right, and He's going to have families, okay, that are going to be separated due to this hour of temptation. And we have to understand that that's a possibility. That's part of the cost that we have to count. Okay, there are certain, all right, families He has together for salvation, and then there's certain families that are just temporal. All right, and as men of Yahweh Shema Shai, all right, we have to have a mindset, that no matter what, even if we're the last one left, not to fold. Okay, so let's read that again in Luke 9:24. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, but whosoever will lose his life for my sake, the same shall save it. Yeah, because even in death, we gain immortality, and not only that, okay, but rank with Yahushua. All right, not only immortality, but immortal rank and authority with Yahushua. Okay, and we have to have that vision. We have to be fully persuaded in that coming into the times that we're coming into. Now, I want to play this clip. All right, now this guy, he was the chancellor of the church. His name is Thomas More, and he pretty much, raised, he helped raise King Henry. King Henry became king at like 17. And this, all right, guy here, Thomas More, and Wolsey, what he called Wolsey, I forgot his first name, but they pretty much raised the king. All right, so him and the king had a relationship. There was love. In the episode, the king, expresses that he loved Thomas More. All right, and he tried to do everything he can not to do it, but as a king, you gotta stick to your word. You can't have respect to persons. Okay, so let's let this play, and then we'll go from there. So he's telling his family that he's going to have to appear, all right, at Lambert Palace, okay, and he's going to be asked to take the oath, and his mind is already made. He's not going to do it, okay, and you can tell that he's ready for whatever consequences come with that, okay, and this is the mindset we have to be in.
The palace. Take the oath. And I imagine I shall be imprisoned afterwards.
No, Father.
You must be good to each other. And to everyone else. Or if you cannot be good, be the least bad you can be.
Walked out, you can tell he already had counted the cost of him never coming back. All right, and that's that mindset of finishing. Yahushua, he finished. You see, when it got to the point to where Pilate was asking him questions, that's why Yahushua stopped speaking. Okay, because he understood the mission. All right. And you can tell within this character, Thomas More, he understood the mission. Okay. That death is a grave possibility, man. All right. And we're warned about these things, and we're also have, comfort in the scriptures concerning these things. All right. And let's get it. We understand death is a possibility. Now you go here to Luke 14. All right. Luke 14 and 27. It says, and I started 26. It says, if a man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple. All right. And this is a great example of a man, all right, loving, all right, his faith, what he believed in above his family, his children, above everything. There was an example, because you go into the word hate, all right, and the Greek is, I think it's Masio, all right, Messiah.
Strong's G 3404, Maseo. Maseo.
All right. Now, when you go here to the Strong's, all right, it says to detest, especially to persecute. It says by extension to love less. Okay, to love less. So he had less love for his family. That was his wife, children, even grandchildren. He had less love for them than the love he had for the church. Okay, and that's the mindset, all right, that we're going to have to finish this thing, because we don't know, all right, where the Lord is going to take us, man. All right, through great tribulation, through much suffering, shall we enter into the kingdom, and we don't know what it's going to be. Okay, but this is the mentality that we have to be in these times, man. Okay, so reading on, it says, if a man come, if this is Luke 14:26, if any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple. Okay, and discipleship leads to rulership, discipline. Okay, scriptures say how discipline, pretty much, and wisdom leads to a kingdom. Okay, you go to Second Esdras, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6. All right, you read verse 16, 17 on down to 21. It goes into how discipline, and wisdom leads to a kingdom. Okay, so we have to finish our course with discipline, man. Okay, because the thing about it, he had discipline over his emotions. We're going to have discipline over our emotions in these times. Okay, to where the emotions of the people around us can't sway our belief. Okay, because we finna see people, react, all right, to our decision making in a very emotional way. They're not going to understand it. All right, and I got another clip to show that. Okay, and it says, and whosoever doth not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. So this is the rite of passage as a believer. Okay, this is going to be our time to show that we love Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah more than anything and anyone. Okay, well, a great sacrifice is going to be required. Okay, so when you go here, all right, you get this in Revelation, the 2nd chapter, which we always get. We start at 10. Revelation 2 and 10. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. This is the time of us being tried. This is our test, man, to see if we believe, to see what we love the most. See, this time is going to showcase everything, man. Suffering shows the real. Okay, you can pretend, all right, when things, when you have convenience. Okay, you can pretend to believe. You can pretend that you love, Yahweh Bashim Al Shah more than anything. We can pretend, while all our needs are being met, all our wants, and, we still have the convenience of this first world society. Okay, we still have the convenience of the grid. We can pretend. Okay, you can play the part. There's the men and women that can play the part as if they believe while everything is up and functioning, man. But as this society breaks down and things get harder and harder, okay, more chaotic, okay, the conveniences are taken away, it gets uncomfortable, okay, that's going to be the test, man. All right, and it says that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days with just a fulfillment, a full amount of days. It's going to be different times for different, people. Each believer is going to have their own circumstances. All right, but you're reading on. It says, he that have, let me finish. It says, be thou faithful. So like, be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So we already have the instructions of being faithful unto death. And Yahweh Shah was that example. The author and the finisher of our faith. You go into the word author, it goes into pioneer. One of the definitions is a pioneer. Okay? Matter of fact, let's get it. All right? We always get it. This is Hebrews 12:2. It says, looking unto Yahweh Shah, the author and finisher of our faith. Okay? So he was the pioneer of being faithful unto death. Okay? It says, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of glory. Yeah, he finished his course, and he didn't care about the shame. He didn't care about, the murmurings, okay, the mockings. Okay, he didn't have a mind towards that, man. His mind was beyond, okay, the right now. They was mocking him, telling him save yourself, and you heal others, you can't heal yourself, and all that mock. He didn't care about that, man. Being spat upon, being mocked as the king of the Jews. They put a crown of thorns, on him. That was a humiliation ritual, man. Okay, but he didn't care about that, man, because he had a vision beyond their current situation, the crucifixion. Okay, he was finna go back to the glory. Like that was his last time having to deal with death. That was his last time having to deal with suffering, and it was gonna, set the foundation with his brethren. Okay, well, we can finish our course, man. All right, and rule with them. And eventually the rest of the nation coming back in rulership. So he had a vision beyond his current situation, and we have to have a vision that's beyond our current situation. All right, especially the times we're coming in, we're gonna be in some hell of a situations, man. We're gonna be in some hell of a uncomforts. Okay, well, we have to have a vision beyond the discomfort, man. All right, and that's gonna make it. That's gonna put us in the mindset to be a willing sacrifice, man. Okay, so going back to Revelation 2. Okay, I'm gonna jump down. Matter of fact, I'm gonna keep reading. Verse 11 said, he that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit say unto the churches. He that overcometh shall not be hurt of the second death. And that second death is with nukes, man. Fire. Excruciating pain. Okay? Because the scriptures speak about those that will be headed, okay, for not bending the knee. All right? For not receiving, all right, the sea hip. All right? Which that's going to be an honorable death. Okay? That's going to be an honorable death. And it's going to be, a quick death. Okay? Well, see, we're not finna suffer the way that the wicked finna suffer. The heathens, 2/3 of our people. The Lord, all right, yeah, we're gonna be chastened. You know, we're gonna be put in that furnace of affliction. Okay, and tried. Okay, but the torment, the Lord's anger is towards, all right, these heathens and 2/3 of our people. You know, we're not gonna have to experience the Lord's anger as they finna experience, man. Okay, we're just gonna be made perfect through the sufferings that's allotted for us, man. You see? So, cause like I say, even if we're martyrs, guess what? Hey, you know you don't have to deal with the noose. Then you know we was a martyr. You was a martyr for Yahushua. It's just gonna be raised up immortal. Okay, and what you know was done is gonna be part of their legacy, man. Okay, verse 12 it says, "And to the angel of the church in Pergamos write, these things said he which have the sharp sword with 2 edges. I know thy works, and where thou dwellest, even where Satan's seat is." Okay, now when you go into Pergamos, okay, because right now the earth is where Satan's seats dwell through Esau, Edom. Okay, Esau is the physical counterpart of Satan in the earth. He comes in the energy of Satan, especially here in America, man. This is all right, the haven, the capital, all right, of Satanism in the earth. Okay, so we in the same predicament as the church of Pergamos. Now you go into Pergamos, all right, it's a city in Messiah Minor in Asia Minor. It said the seat of the dynasties of the Attalus and Eumenes, famous for its temple of Asclepius, okay, and the invention of the manufacture of parchment. Now, you go into Asclepius, all right, I looked it up, all right, it says Asclepius. It says Asclepius is the hero and god of medicine in ancient Greek religion and mythology. He is the son of Apollo, all right, which is a sun god, and Coronis. Okay, now remember the event they had 2020. Okay, what was the name of that? You know, the sickness. Okay, it was similar to what? Coronis. All right, and Esau presented what? His medicine as a solution. Okay, and a lot of people bowed the knee. All right, because there was a prelude to what's to come with their sea hip. Okay, so we're in the same predicament as the church of Pergamos, man. Okay, and it says, verse 13, I read it again. It says, I know thy works, and wherein thou dwellest, even where Satan's seat is, and thou holdest fast my name, and hast denied my faith, even in those days wherein Antipas was my faithful martyr, who was slain among you where Satan dwelleth. Okay, who was slain among you where Satan dwelleth. So Antipas, was considered a faithful martyr. Okay, because you best believe, he was speaking against, those philosophies, in their region. Okay, and he stood for righteousness, man. Okay, because back then they would force that pagan worship on you. All right, just as Esau, he's finna force his idolatry, man, through the sea hip, man. All right, but Antipas was recorded as a faithful martyr, and there might be the fate. There's going to be the fate, of some believers, man. And we have to count their cost, okay? and we have to have, the love of Yahweh B'Shem Al-Shai and our belief and our faith above everything and everyone, okay? So let's go from there. I got another scene. So this is before he was in prison. Now this is a scene.
Yes.
Okay. Now his wife is coming to see him while he's in prison. Okay. Now listen to what she's saying in her mindset. Okay. And we're going to go to accounts where we see this familiar behavior. Okay. Because, hey, well, we have to understand, man, women, all right, don't have integrity, man. Okay. And that's not a trait that's in them. All right. That's why, they need men. All right. And those, and a lot of the women, okay, they draw their integrity from, men of integrity, man. Okay. Well, just within themselves, women, all right, not built with integrity, man. Okay. And you're going to have, a few women who the Lord is going to put the spirit on, to stand firm, to be reserved. Okay. But the majority of women, all right, they're not going to have any integrity in this time, man. Okay. And this is a great example.
It was to see you. But beyond that, it was to ask you to swear the oath so that you could come home with us. Let's tell me one thing. What is that? Is not this house as close to heaven as my own? Good God, man, is that all you can say? You were always a plain-speaking woman, Alice. It's one of the attributes I most admire you for. Well, then I shall tell you plainly, husband, that I and Margaret and all your other family have all sworn the oath and feel no worse for it. I have always said that I do not blame any other man or woman who has sworn. I only say that I myself cannot swear. Then you are thinking only of yourself. If you are proceeded against, as you know very well, all your possessions will be forfeited to the crown, and we will be forced into penury. I've had more sleepless nights over that.
And that's all she was thinking about. Okay? She's going to lose their lifestyle. Okay? And she put it like he was only thinking of himself. But nah, he, based on what he believed, he was thinking about his soul, his spirit. Okay? He was thinking of his integrity. All right? And she took it upon herself to go take the oath and take his children and grandchildren to take the oath. Okay? She was concerned about her life. She was trying to save her life. Okay? And a lot of women, they're going to go in survival mode, man, especially with these children involved, man, because these women, like we spoke on yesterday, these women love the children more than the husband. Okay? And really in this society, the husband is just valued based on the lifestyle that they can provide. Okay? And that's why she brought that up. Like, you don't do this, we're going to be in penury or pretty much poverty. Okay? And in fact, let's look that up, penury. All right, penury. Okay, it said extreme want or poverty, destitution, lack, want. All right, scantiness, extreme poverty or want. Okay, and that's what she feared. Okay, here this man is ready to die for his integrity, and she was fearing extreme poverty. Okay, and we have similar accounts in the Bible. Okay, so matter of fact, let's go to Genesis, all right, 19. Now this is when the angels was getting ready to destroy Sodom, all right, and those neighboring cities, and they was telling Lot and his family to get out. Okay, so let's get this account. Genesis 19 and 15, it says, and when the morning arose, then the angels hastened Lot, saying, arise, take thy wife and thy two daughters which are here, lest thou be consumed in the iniquity of this city. And while he lingered, the men laid hold. All right, Lot would hesitate. All right, and the angels laid hold of his ass, man. Like, come on, man. See, we can't hesitate. Okay, we can't have these thoughts, of doubt and what ifs and trying to salvage something that we had. Like, nah, man, it's over. When it's time to go, man, it's gonna be time to go, man. Okay, and it's time to let go of these things and lose these possessions, man. It's that time, man. We have nothing to hold on here, man. All right. It's in Genesis 19:16. It says, while he lingered, the men laid hold upon his hand and upon the hand of his wife and upon the hand of his 2 daughters, the Lord being merciful unto him, and they brought him forth and set him without the city. And it came to pass, when they had brought them forth abroad, that he said, escape for thy life. Now this is when the angel is going to give clear instructions. Escape for thy life, look not behind thee, neither stay in all the plain, escape to the mountains, lest thou be consumed. And Lot said unto them, O not so, my Lord, behold, now thy servant have found grace in thy sight, and thou hast magnified thy mercy, which thou hast showed unto me in saving my life, and I cannot escape to the mountain, lest some evil take me and I die. Behold, this city is near to flee unto, and it is a little one. Oh, let me escape thither. It is not a little one, and my soul shall live. So he was just asking to flee to a different location, to where he have a better chance, all right, of surviving. Okay, so it says, because he knew he was going to leave everything. Okay, and it says, and he said unto him, see, I have accepted this. So the angel, agreed to it. It says, see, I have accepted thee concerning this thing also, that I will not overthrow this city for the which thou hast spoken. Hasten thee, escape thither, for I cannot do anything till thou be come thither. So that shows you that the favor that Lot had, all right, with Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, that the angel was told not to destroy anything until Lot be coming out of it. So the mercy that his daughters received was based on the favor that he had with Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. And his wife would have received that mercy. Okay, but we know what happened. All right. She couldn't let go. As we keep reading, it says, hasty escape thither, for I cannot do anything till thou be come thither. Therefore the name of the city was called Zoar, all right, which means little place. It says the sun was risen up upon the earth when Lot entered into Zoar. Then the Lord rained upon Sodom and Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Lord out of heaven, and he overthrew those cities and all the plain and all the inhabitants of the cities and that which grew upon the ground. But his wife looked back from behind him, and she became a pillar of salt. So she looked back, man, because she, was in love with that lifestyle. She know that, look, all the livestock, they had servants, they had land, they probably had, wine storehouses. Okay, they had estates. Remember, Abraham had so much that they, livestock started, overlapping each other, man. Their possessions started to overlap each other, man. Okay, so she was eating the best foods, and she had that lifestyle, man, and she didn't want to let it go. She couldn't let that go, man. Okay, and she became a pillar of salt, and that's why Yahweh Shai, all right, he brought that up. When you go to Luke chapter 17, this is Luke 17 and 26, and it says, and as it says, and it, Luke 17:26, it says, and as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man. They did eat, they drank, they married wives, they was given in marriage until the day Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. So these people, just as in the times of Noah, they was enjoying the convenience of their time. Okay, they was enjoying the privileges, all right, and you know, the society at that time. Okay, because if you're marrying, that comes with inheritance. You know, there's business deals, and you know, hey, before the flood, the civilization was thriving, was booming. Okay, they had, you best believe that they had bars and live music, and you know, the fancy, you know, places, and you know, they had a thing going on just in this time. So we're gonna have to prepare to go from you know, these comforts, okay, to being uncomfortable based on our beliefs. All right, because it's gonna be a major downgrade, man. And you know, we're gonna have to downgrade our living, okay, but we're not gonna be forsaken. Verse 28 said, likewise also as in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they builded. Okay, read this in the NLT. Luke 17:28. It says, and the world will be as it was in the days of Lot. People went out about their daily business, eating and drinking, buying and selling, farming and building. Okay, so it was just in Sodom and Gomorrah. You had daily, you know, business and affairs, and okay, you had things going on. Okay, and Lot's wife, all right, she, all right, was in love with that lifestyle, man. She even loved it more than her husband. Okay, that's why she looked back. She wasn't looking forward to being, you know, just out there and dependent on Yahweh Shema Shai. She couldn't see that. That's why she looked back. She couldn't see, you know, going forward, all right, without their lifestyle, man. Just as we seen with that with Thomas More's wife. Okay, and it says, but the same day that Lot went out of the city, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. In that day, he which shall be upon the housetop, and his stuff in the house, let him not come down to take it away. He that is in the field, let him likewise not return back. Yeah, so we can't, you know, be trying to salvage possessions, you know, because it can go down and we might be separated from our house, man. Okay, and we just gonna have to be out there on faith as pilgrims on the earth. You might be separated from your family. Either the Lord has them separated because, you know, they're not gonna make it, or the Lord has them separated and eventually, hey, you'll be united. Okay, but at the end of the day, all right, hey, we're gonna have to have a mindset, you know, just to endure, you know, and do what we have to do within the current situation. Okay, because you go into this word stuff, all right, in the Greek,
Strong's G 4632, skuos.
Skuos. Okay. Now you go into it. It says household utensils, domestic gear. All right. You might not be around your bug out bag. Can't get to it. Okay. You just gonna have to have faith, because ultimately, Yahweh Shema Shai is our bug out bag, man. Okay. The scriptures say what? That he's our portion. Okay. And it says a vessel, implement. It says equipment or apparatus. It says especially a wife is contributing to the usefulness of the husband. Okay, as it's contributing to the useful of the husband. So you look at that example with Thomas More, okay, and his wife. Now when things was good, you know, you best believe she was useful to him. You know, you can tell she nourished her children. She had grandchildren. Okay, you know, she took care of, she nourished him. She, you know, back then she probably, you know, she probably sewing the clothes and, you know, tending to, you know, certain crops okay, livestock, and she was useful to him, man. Okay, but when it came time to have integrity and faith, okay, she dropped the ball. Okay, so you're gonna have situations where, hey, you're gonna have certain people that was only meant to, all right, be with you to a certain point. Okay, and we're gonna have to fully understand that and not be bent out of shape about it, man. Okay, like I say, there's some women who the Lord has, around brothers for salvation. Okay, and then there's some that this our temptation is gonna be a stumbling block. All right, so we have to prepare for either way. Okay, and let's get that, because how did Job react? And Job was an extremely wealthy man. Okay, this is Job 2:9. It says, then said his wife unto him, dost thou still retain thine integrity? Curse the Most High and die. And that's what you seen. Thomas More's wife came to him. She was like, that's all you can talk about. He was speaking about heaven. What he thought, to his understanding, he was speaking about heaven, and and he was holding his integrity. But what did she want him to do? To lose his integrity, man. Okay, just to maintain what? That lifestyle that they had. Okay? So don't be surprised, brothers, if your woman comes to you with that ultimatum. Okay? Or trying to plant that seed for you to lose your integrity. Okay? To try to plug back into this lifestyle, man, to society. Okay? Verse 10, it says, but he said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women. What shall we receive good at the hand of the Most High? And shall we not receive evil? In all this did not Job sin with his lips? He kept his integrity. And Thomas More, he kept his integrity. He died. He was beheaded. Because the king was going to have him, hung till he was halfway dead. They was going to pull his bowels out, and burn them in front of him. Okay. Then he was going to be, cut up into 4 different pieces, But the king, the Lord, had mercy on Thomas, and the king, just changed it to a beheading. He said, nah, you're not going to do that, because Thomas had a good name. He cried, the king cried when Thomas More was put to death. Okay. Because Thomas More had a good name, because he had always been honest and faithful to the king. That's why the king had him around him, because he admired his integrity, man. Okay. But his integrity conflicted, with the king's agenda. Okay. So, they had, there was, Thomas More was, put to death, but he received mercy. And that's why scriptures speak about how a good name, all right, is better than precious ointment and silver and gold. Okay. But that was ultimately the Lord having mercy on Thomas More for his integrity, even though, it wasn't the 100% doctrine. Okay. The fact that he was able to, willing to stand, okay, and take the death when he could have went the easy route. Okay. He could have went the broad way. Okay. His woman went the broad way. Okay. And we gotta go the straight gate, man. Okay. We wanna, cause part of that, you go here. 2nd Ezra 2. Matter of fact, let me get that. All right, this 2nd Ezra 16, and I started at 37. Said, behold, the plague drought nigh, and are not slack, as when a woman with child is not in the 9th month, bring forth a son with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pain when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Okay, and we come to the times where we're going to see things intensify and become more frequent, just like the childbirth, okay, those contractions, okay, and we can see that this society, okay, is being opened up for chaos, man. Okay, it says, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. O my people, hear my word, make you ready to the battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose. He that occupieth merchandise as he that have no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein. He that soweth as if he should not reap, so also he that planted the vineyard as he that shall not gather the grapes. They that marry as though they shall get no children, and they that marry not as the widowers. And therefore they that labor in vain. Because anything that we're laboring to build in this society, we have to look at it as temporal, man. All right, we have to look at it as just temporary means of an end. Okay, but when this place collapse, all these things are going to be vanity, man. The businesses that we've built, these relationships that we've built, okay, to maintain ourselves in this society, it's going to be vanity, man. Okay, the bank accounts, cars, those things are going to be vanity, man. Okay, because the houses, these things are going to be vanity, man. We're going to be fully dependent on Yahweh Bashim Al Shah. Okay, we're going to have to stand stiffly for what we believe, because during this time, Esau is going to want to eradicate, okay, the believers, man. Scripture say, well, he's going to make war with the remnant. Okay, for our belief, 2nd Ezra 2:42, it says, I Ezra saw upon Mount Zion a great people, whom I could not number, and they all praise the Lord with songs, man. Okay, and this is the elect. All right, beginning with what? The first fruits, the 144,000. And in the midst of them there was a young man of high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, what are these? All right, and that man of high stature was Yahweh Shai, and he was crowning that government, man. Okay, at 144, Mount Zion. All right, it says, he answered and said unto me, these be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of the Most High. Now are they crowned and receive palms. And see, put off the mortal way of thinking. All right, before we, actually shed this mortal body, and are granted those new bodies, we have to put off that mortal way of thinking, put off mortal thoughts, which is a weak nature. Okay, think overly concerned, okay, with the affairs of this life is a weak nature, man, because we have something so much greater that's to come. Okay, the majority of everything around us is vanity. Okay, reading on, and it says, and he answered and said unto me, these be they that have put off the mortal clothing, and have put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of the Most High. Now are they crowned and receive palms. Then said I unto the angel, what young person is this that crowned them, and giveth them palms in their hand, which represent victory? So he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of the Most High, Yahweh Shai, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. All right, and we're in a time where we're going to have to make a hard stance in righteousness, man. Okay, a hard stance in righteousness. So, just wanted to bring that point out, Lord will you, brothers. All right, and you sisters were edified once again. I'm going to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Rakakwadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great example towards younger brothers, and peace and blessings, salutations to the hopefully. Shalom.